Hi y'all! Today I'm going to show you how to make my gluten-free lemon cream pie. This pie, oh my gosh, it is so creamy, so silky smooth, and it just blows you away with the taste of fresh lemons. It is very similar to a key lime pie, just a few different ingredient amounts, but generally the ingredients are all basically the same. You have a graham cracker crust. The filling, of course, is made with lemon instead of key lime. And then there is a whipped cream topping that's made a little different that I think you'll love. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. To make the crust, I have 2 cups or 170 grams of my gluten-free graham crackers that I've made into crumbs with my food processor. And I'm adding to that 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of sugar and 4 tablespoons or 56 grams of melted butter. And I'm just using a fork to mix that through until it's like very wet sand. You can use store-bought graham crackers in this. You might need to adjust the butter consistency to get it to where it sticks and holds together like this. If it doesn't hold together, add up to a tablespoon more of melted butter. So once this is just where I want it, I'm going to dump it into my pie pan, which is, I believe, a 9-inch pie pan, just your standard pie pan. And then I'm going to take an old measuring cup and use that to press it into the pan. That's my favorite way of doing a crumb crust because it really presses it in and it doesn't crumble up so much. And then once I've got it pressed in, I'll go around the sides and press each of those against the sides to get it just to where it makes a nice pretty slice when I go to slice it. And I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to bake this for just 10 minutes. Super simple. While that's baking, we can go ahead and make the filling. Also super simple. I have 3 large egg yolks that I'm adding to my bowl. And to that, I'm going to use 2 14-ounce cans, which is 794 grams total, of sweetened condensed milk. But before I put it in there, I took out 3 tablespoons or 58 grams, and that will be used for the topping. I'll explain that in a little bit. So just put that aside. After you take it out, just put it aside and it will be used in the topping. We'll go ahead and whisk this together briefly. Now I'm going to add in the lemon juice. This is 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons or 210 grams of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Don't use bottled stuff here. It's just not worth it. Nothing like freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now this was from 5 to 6 lemons that were fairly large, medium to large size, and they were pretty juicy. If your lemons are a little harder, you may need more. And that's all there is to the filling, you guys. Just whisk it all up. And I'm going to pour it right into my hot crust. Just came out of the oven. And then make sure you kind of level off the top a little bit. And now we're going to bake this at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. So make sure you turn your oven up for 15 minutes or until it's just slightly jiggly in the center. And we'll go ahead and also chill this after it cools down completely for 3 hours. That is the hardest part of this entire recipe. So now that my pie is in the fridge, I'm going to make the sweetened whipped cream. To 1 cup or 240 milliliters of heavy cream, I'm adding that reserved 3 tablespoons or 58 grams of the sweetened condensed milk and also a teaspoon of vanilla. And I think really, other than the fact that the sweetened condensed milk sweetens the whipped cream, it also actually kind of acts as a stabilizer and allows it to last much longer in the fridge without weeping too much. I had this pie for 4 to 5 days before it showed any signs of the whipped cream weeping. So we'll just whisk this to fairly stiff peaks, maybe medium to stiff peaks. Now we have our chilled pie, and we could just dollop this on top. You could also fill a pastry bag with it and pipe it on top. I'm just being pretty rustic here. You can also leave this really rustic and have it like mounded up in the center, but I'm choosing to spread it so that every bite of that lemon pie gets a little bit of that whipped cream topping. The tartness with the slightly sweet whipped cream is just heaven, you guys. And then if you want to, you can sprinkle the top with lemon zest. Now you can eat this right away. I like to then refrigerate it for yet another hour so I get nice clean slices like this, but it's not absolutely necessary. For such an easy pie, this is anything but simple. The crumb crust is so buttery and crunchy. That filling, it's so tart and smooth and luscious. And the whipped cream topping, just slightly sweetened, is absolutely perfect to go with that tartness of the filling. It is just incredible, you guys. In fact, it's so incredible that my mom and dad actually literally fought over the crumbs of this pie. Literal crumbs of this pie. That's how good it is, you guys. So I hope you get a chance to make it, and I hope you enjoy.